Meantime, let's head back down to Louisiana, where we are continuing our conversation with State Treasurer John Kennedy. He's with us from Baton Rouge. Let me ask you today, sir, we did see a number of Louisiana locals file suit against BP about some of the chemicals that have been used, the dispersants, to break up the oil in the water. Can you tell me what progress you expect on this front and whether the state, whether your office intends to sue?
Well, we're very concerned about the dispersant. BP has hit this thing with over 1 million gallons of dispersant, which is basically just antifreeze. If you talk to the environmental scientists, they will tell you, you ask, what will the effect be? They say, we don't know. We are way beyond science here. It may have no effect. On the other hand, we could have dead zones all across the Gulf for my generation and my son's generation. I'm very concerned about the dispersant.
And these plaintiffs are seeking like $5 million in actual damages. They're suing BP and Nalco Holding. It's a unit that makes the dispersant itself. So this unit, is this a company you're focusing in on?
Well, certainly. It'll be, I'm not the Attorney General, but I know it will be something that the Attorney General will look at and indeed is looking at.
Sure. Well, when you look at some of the potential litigation here and some of the dollar amounts being attached to them, I'm sure that's something you're focusing on.
Well, look, BP is an $81 billion company. That's its net tangible assets. Now that this spill has moved more toward Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, we could be looking at damages of between $40 billion and $100 billion. And the damages are accumulating by the day. All of a sudden, $81 billion doesn't look like as much money. It is a lot of money. Yeah. But when your damages are 40 to 100 billion, you have to put it in context. And I would respectfully suggest BP needs to save some of this money it's spending on PR and use it to come clean some of the oil off our pelicans.
Well, Mr. Treasurer, I want to ask you, I know in the past you have said that you had been concerned about the financial health of BP and whether or not they would go into bankruptcy, whether Louisiana residents would be paid out. Now that this money's in the escrow account, does it quiet your fears about that?
No, it doesn't. I'm glad we have the escrow account. Make no mistake about that. And I've never said a bankruptcy was a likelihood. I said it was a possibility, and we need to be ready. At the end of the day, BP is going to do what it thinks is best for BP. And bankruptcy is an option for it. And if it chooses that option, the state of Louisiana and the United States of America need to be ready to step in to fight this war on our own.
All right. Louisiana State Treasurer John Kennedy.